Okay, I know I've been gone for a while. Yeah. So like I was Okay, basically I wanted to do over. I didn't like how the channel was, so I wanted to do over. But then I realized, you know what? I came this far already with 300 subs. I might be able to go pro in this. I might be able to get it up to 1K, 200, 2,000, 3,000, 1,000. You know, so like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and bring it back. And thank you to those 300 and like I think it's 16 subscribers that has stayed loyal. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I know I've been gone, but I decided to get back. And plus, Dino Fury Season 2 is coming to Netflix March 3rd. So I'm going to try and push out the rest of the Dino Fury reviews. I'm also going to continue with the Ranger stories. I'm also going to do more things as well. But I'm going to leave a link to the other channel that I created. It is a channel where I do a lot more superhero talk, not just Power Rangers, but I talk about like Spider-Man, Batman, Snake Eyes, play video games like Batman Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham City, Spider-Man, stuff like that. So I'm going to link it down below so you guys can check it out. But anyway, this is Power Ranger Dino Fury episodes 17 through 19. Then I think it's 20 to 22 in the next one. So I'll just review those next. But yeah, let's get into it. So Dino Fury episode 17, Our Hero. So the episode opens up with the Rangers at the beach talking about like normal summer things, normal summer vibes, and they get ice cream. And there's a funny scene with J-Borg, and it's the thing it's funny because J-Borg can't eat ice cream. So when she eats it, it basically makes her malfunction and make her go crazy. And in the process, the ice cream cart gets moved, it gets pushed, and it's about to hit a little girl. So Javi and Ion are able to stop it from hurting someone or hitting the water, which would cause an accident to people. Sorry, guys. And as a reward, the ice cream guy, like the person that served the ice cream, says, that he'll give them ice cream for life. Javi doesn't want to accept it, but Ion does, and Ion just drags it out. He says he wants like triple scoops on one cone. He wants strawberry. Like he drags it. And we cut back to the Rangers, and Ollie is talking crap about Amelia's Egyptian pyramids and talks about the sand, and then a Sporix blob literally comes out the sand. The foreshadowing in this show is incredible. And the Rangers see it, and they are about to morph, but they run into tents because you can't morph in public with people watching. So obviously, so that was a pretty like nice nod. And the fight with the Sporks begin. And during the fight, J-Borg and her boss record the Rangers, and civilians are trapped. So Ion, as the Golden Ranger, saves them. But as the other Rangers are fighting, Ion is trying to get back to the fight, but everybody keeps pressing him for like a photo. For like photos, and so he obliges. And the Rangers are still fighting, and then Javi and Izzy get trapped, then the rest of the team get trapped, and it's hilarious because Javi's like, that it's gonna take more than that to stop our team. He's trying to be so motivational, and then immediately after, the freaking Sporks just captures the other Rangers, and he's like, okay, that will do it. It was a very funny scene to watch. I like the comedy scenes in this show. It's actually pretty good. And then Ion then returns to the fight, but does some showboating as well, and Izzy just leaks his name like, yo, Ion, you gotta save us. Like, you don't realize that there's a whole band of civilians? You can't just leak his name like that. And then the Sporks leads with Mucus, and Ion and the Rangers argue about praise, and Ion takes being famous a little too strong. So we cut to the villain base where they see the Gold Ranger report, and the villains make a plan. So we cut to Buzz Blast, and we find out there's a beach party to celebrate the Rangers. The Rangers don't want to go, but Ion wants to, but it's too risky. So they decide to go as civilians, and the Sporks changed. And at the party, the Sporks changes into a human, and Ion, and the plan was for them to stay low, but then this man Ion runs off and morphs into the Gold Ranger, and the crowd peer pressure Ion to summon his Zord. And then when the Zord is summoned, the Sporks, the human turns back into Sporks, captures the Sporks, turns back into human. The other Sporks captures the Gold Ranger Zord, And the Sporks kicks Ion, and then Ion realizes how dumb he was, and we cut to the Sporks trying to tame the Gold Ranger Zord, and Void Knight arrives and sees the Gold Ranger Zord, and they are hypnotizing the Zord, and the Sporks goes and fights the Rangers. We cut to the Ranger base, and Ion realizes he was dumbfounded, basking in glory, and to think, and he learns to think before he acts. And the Rangers go out to fight. Javi and Ayo make a plan. As Ollie, Zato, and Izzy and Amelia fight the main Sporks, Javi and Ayo sneak in through the woods to use a dino key that makes them turn invisible. And Javi takes out the guards, and Ayo focuses on Slider, and Slider hypnotizes, trying to use his hypnotizing powers to tame the Zord, but it doesn't work. And Ion and Slider fight, and we cut to the other Rangers fight, and we cut to the Zord being summoned, and Ion gets his own Zord back, and he combines two Zords. Think of Power Rangers Dino Thunder, where Trent was able to summon two Zords. Think of like that. And they call it the Electro Zord, which combines two Zords together, and Javi and Ion help the other Rangers out, and the team defeat the Sporks, and Ion helps the Ice Cream Man out instead of taking the free ice cream he was promised. That is the episode. That is Power Rangers Dino Fury episode 17, Our Hero. So let's get to the next one. Okay, Power Rangers Dino Fury episode 18, Crossed Wires. So the episode starts with Izzy and her girlfriend talking and kissing and stuff, you know, normal couple things. I'll never know what that's like. Yeah. Anyway, and we find out that Izzy is doing bad in a class. And what is up with the Power Ranger schools looking so fancy? Like, seriously? Compared to my schools, Power Ranger schools look incredible. Javi and the other Rangers find out about the test, and Ollie brags about his grades before he had graduated, and he offers to help Izzy. But Izzy doesn't accept it. The Rangers communicator goes off, and the Rangers head to a park where they see everyone asleep. I personally thought they were dead. I was like, there's no way these people are dead. And then Izzy's dad shows up and tries to help, but then gets hit by a blast, making him fall asleep. And then a Sporks beast attacks Javi and Ion. So Javi and Ion and Izzy stay to figure out what's going on, and Zato, Ollie, and Amelia go to fight the Sporks. And we find out it's a machine, and we find out that there are devices maybe around the whole city, and the circuits are so complex, but Ollie is able to defuse it. So Ollie tells Izzy what to do, but Izzy doesn't seem confident at all in her capabilities to defuse it. But then the Sporks attacks, and Zato, Ollie, and Amelia fight the Sporks, and then we cut to Izzy trying to defuse the device. And when Izzy tries to power it down, she does the exact opposite, and she actually powers it up, causing it to overheat, and causes a blast that hits both Ion and Javi, but everyone else wakes up. So Izzy then transports the three of them back to the base, and we cut to the Ranger fight, and they defeat the Sporks easily, and they teleport to the base where the others see Ion and Javi asleep, and Ollie straight up says to Izzy, "How are you this dumb?" And Izzy comes clean, and she says she's been overwhelmed with all this tech stuff, and she tries to apologize, but obviously, like, you're still stupid. Like, how are you this bad? And sorry's not worth it now. And Solon, and we cut to Solon and Solon realizing that they are able to reverse it. So Solon tells Ollie to let Izzy help, but Ollie's like, I can't let her help. You see what she done? Mess she already made. But Solon is able to convince Ollie to let Izzy help him fix the machine, and they do like a segment of Ollie teaching Izzy how to fix the device. And we cut to Void Knight making more boxes or fixing the old one, and one of Void Knight's has and then we find out Void Knight has like a mega sleep box. And sends the brother of the Sporks to cause chaos in the city. We then cut back to the Ranger base, and they end up waking up Javi and Ion, and the Rangers fight the Sporks, and Ollie tries to defuse the bomb, but gets hit by a sleep box, and now it's up to Izzy to disable it. And the Sporks grow big, and Izzy says she'll disable it while the Rangers fight the Rangers in their Zords, and Izzy is disabling the bomb, and it just goes back and forth. And then the Rangers morph into buy all the toys Megazord. I'm not even joking. They literally say, it literally is like, buy all the toy Zords, and you can form the Fusion Ultra Zord. Like, legitimately, that's what it's called. And Izzy is still defusing the bomb, and the Rangers are able to destroy the Sporks, and Izzy defuses the bomb, but Mucus gets the Sporks blob, and Izzy passed her test with an A. Then a funny scene to end the episode with Pop-Pop, and I do not know how this man Pop-Pop didn't break his back. I mean, this man fell from a ladder into a pile of leaves. I'm pretty sure that had to crack some type of bone. Considering how old that dude is, there's no way. But let's head to the last episode, which is Power Rangers Dino Fury episode 19. Power Rangers Dino Fury episode 19, the makeover. So the episode begins with Ollie's mom finding a treasure chest belonging to a pirate, and it's going on Puzz Blast. And it's going to Pine Ridge Museum, and apparently the pirate Purple Beard got some of the most fancy stuff in the world, and Amelia is dragging it with the questions, and Pop-Pop. But the interview is over. Then Pop-Pop actually saved the woman who was in the interview, and the two talk about and the two actually get a date set up. But Pop-Pop is nervous, and Amelia decides to help Pop-Pop. We cut to the villain base, and Void Knight, and we cut to the villain base, and Void Knight and more Sporks, and he gets a Sporks that can switch people or switch objects. And Void Knight sends the Sparks to steal treasure, and we cut to the Rangers base, and all the Rangers are helping Amelia pick out an outfit for a Pop-Pop's date, and Amelia wants to fully change Pop-Pop, and we cut to the Sporks, and the Sporks gets the treasure, but there's nothing in it, and he smashes it, and the Rangers morph and fight, and the Sporks actually switches the Rangers, so we get a classic red and pink swap, a black and blue switch, and the fight goes on. But the only ones that don't get switched are gold and green. And the other Rangers try and morph, but it doesn't work. And I have to say, the Rangers are so dumb. Like, you do realize you could have just swapped your Ranger keys, right? You could have just said, oh, hey, Amelia, take my red one. Hey, take my blue one. Like, it would have been that simple, and you could have been morphed during the fight. But they return to base. I don't know how stupid these Rangers are, but sure. The Rangers return to base except Izzy and Ion. Ion is kicking the Sporks butt so bad, and it's an awesome fight scene. I have to say, it's a very cool fight scene. As Ion tries to do a final blast, the Sporks dips. And Izzy and Ion return to the base, and at the base, Amelia tries to raise Zato's antenna, which makes for a funny scene. I have to say, it's very funny. And Amelia tells Amelia to give Pop-Pop an earpiece so she can communicate with Pop-Pop, and the day begins, and it goes bad, but Pop-Pop changes to his normal self. I don't know how I got that out in one sentence. And we return to the base, and I have to add, these Rangers just realized they needed to swap the keys. Like, you could have had done that. Ollie, you're the smartest one. How the hell did you not think of that? Like, come on, man. And we go back to the Sporks Beast, and they morph, and Ion gets switched with a pigeon, and Ion acts like a pigeon, so the rest of the Rangers fight. The monster goes big, and the Megazord fight, and then the Rangers switch back to normal, and Ion gets control of his Megazord back, and then they fight, but then Void Knight gets the Sporks blob, and we come back to Pop-Pop, and we find out the talisman were Ranger keys, and Pop-Pop and the woman and the Rangers head to Dino Henge, and the Rangers scan the entire area where they find the keys, and that is how to end the episode. I do not know how I got that all out in one sentence. Oh yeah, I'm cutting that out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm bringing it back. I'm gonna bring it back. I got ya. I'm gonna bring it back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna definitely bring it back. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.